Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. This is the third video in the series of Principles of Insurance. The first one was Principle of Utmost Good Faith and the second one was Principle of Insurable Interest. Today we are going to cover Principle of Indemnity. In case you haven't watched the other two videos, make sure to go and check them out right now. The links are going to be put in the description. So let's see what my father has to say about Principle of Indemnity.
Hello friends, as Aishwarya mentioned, today we will deal with Principle of Indemnity. To save time, I have prepared some slides. I'll just browse through the slides. The literal meaning of the term indemnity is making good the loss. On the happening of the insured event for which insurance policy is taken, the insured should be replenished with the amount of loss. So, financially compensating the insured against a loss suffered by him, which is covered under the policy, is indemnity. The principle of indemnity ensures that the insurer is liable to pay up to the amount of loss and not more than that. In other words, it implies that the insured should not derive any unwarranted benefit from a loss. So, deriving a profit from insurance is prohibited under material damage policy. There are specific policies designed for recovering loss of profit, etc. But under material damage, deriving a profit out of insurance is prohibited. Normally, the principle of indemnity applies to property and liability insurance contracts, and it promises that the insured be restored to the same financial position that existed prior to the occurrence of loss. So, putting the insured back to the same position in which he was prior to occurrence of an insured peril and a certain loss is what is meant by indemnity. Indemnity in practice, we call it as actual cash value, ACV. It can be in the form of replacement cost less depreciation. That means today's cost of replacement of whatever is damaged less depreciation to account for the wear and tear loss which the insured item might have suffered. Second option is fair market value. That is the value for which the insured property can be transacted. It can be equivalent to the replacement value minus depreciation, or it can be even lesser, or it can be even higher. If the demand has gone up, the fair market value can be slightly high because there is a higher demand for the item as of now in the market due to some other reasons. Similarly, some model suddenly it becomes outdated. So the rates have steeply fallen down. So even if the replacement value minus depreciation is X, the real amount which you can transact the insured item could be even lesser than X, in which case fair market value means the lesser amount for which the commodity can be transacted. Third one is broad evidence rule. I'll just explain it a little further. How indemnity is provided. The company may at its option indemnify the insured by payment of the amount of loss or damage or by repair, reinstatement or replacement. So there are four options. Either cash payment settlement, in which case it can be a negotiated settlement, amount is eroded, on the spot settlement concept. As of now, it is not that prominent, but in theory it is there. Second option is repair. Generally, whenever there is a claim made on motor vehicle insurance, either own damage or generally own damage claim, the whatever cost of repair, what that will be incurred in the event of an accident, that is what the insurance company will pay, less there are some adjustments that I'll deal with that separately. Third is replacement claim for damage to plate glass which is repairable. Generally, whenever there is a damage to plate glass, it is once for all just damaged and you will have to replace it. You cannot repair plate glass. Once it is suffered as crack, just gone. You cannot do any kind of stitch welding or joining or nothing is possible. You have to just replace it. That is called replacement. Fourth one is reinstatement, that is restoring or rebuilding machinery or building. Whenever some asset is damaged, there is an option for the insurance company to settle the claim based on the actual cost of replacement. It can be repurchasing a machinery which is damaged or rebuilding a building which is damaged due to fire or whatever it is. Now I just mentioned about certain limitations. Indemnity doesn't mean that whatever is damaged, whatever is lost is straight away paid by the insurance company. There are some certain trimmings, I'll tell you, not very serious, but minor trimmings are there. One is average clause, second one excess, then deductibles, limits. I'll explain one by one separately. First one is average clause. I'll just demonstrate with an example. Here in the slide you are able to see Ajay, one person, owns a restaurant which he had purchased or possessed 3 years ago, which is worth 2 lakhs now. He has taken a fire insurance with a sum insured of 1.6 lakhs. That means he knows that his property is worth 2 lakhs, but he has chosen to insure it for 1.6 lakhs. It is his choice. When there is a loss of, say, for example, 90,000 rupees, indemnity means, true sense, it means 90,000 should be paid. No, the policy has got certain limitations. That means, assume that if somebody is having an industry or a property where he has not taken any finance or something, he is choosing not to insure at all. That means he is a self-insurer. In case of a loss, he himself bears all the cost. So he is not opting for insuring with anybody else, but he is taking the responsibility of the security and financial security of the property. So he is a self-insurer. Now, whenever a property is not properly insured, that means against 2 lakhs worth property, if he has insured only for 1.6 lakhs, that means that 40,000 rupees, he is keeping it with himself as a self-insurer. Whenever there is a loss, that share of the loss also he has to bear. The entire loss insurance company will not bear, because there is a difference between the value that ought to have been insured and what is actually insured against the policy. That is the demo. That is 90,000 loss into 1.6 lakhs sum insured divided by the actual value of 2 lakhs. He gets only 72,000 as against 90,000 loss. This is one of the limitations. Second one is excess. It is the amount of each and every claim which is not covered by the policy. Excesses may be voluntary or compulsory. Some people like to opt for additional voluntary excess as it can bring down your annual insurance premium. There are some policies where the excess amount is 50 lakhs. That means if a person is suffering 49 lakhs, he is not eligible to claim at all. Even if he claims, insurance company says it is falling within the minimum excess of 50 lakhs, so nothing is payable. So 49 lakhs claim is not payable. But not that 50 lakhs is there for every policy. Whatever is the amount which is mentioned in the policy, to that extent the claim is not paid. Anything in excess of that, that is how the word excess has come. In excess of the excess amount is what is paid by the insurance company. Third one is limits. Refer to limit. There are, in the case of, say, precious metal or some art material which is having kind of, you cannot inquire in the market and ascertain some painting which is of special importance. That means we call it as curious of works. Whatever is having its own special, unique value. These are all valued and decided and put in the policy. That becomes the limit of liability. In case of fire or something, such items get damaged, whatever is mentioned in the policy, that only will be paid, not the real. He cannot get similar material for the same value because it is a declared value. They are all prefixed and that amount becomes the limit. Fourth one is deductible. Refers to very large excess. Claims exceeding deductible amount becomes payable. Deductible and excess, they are almost synonyms. And you cannot distinguish between them because excess amount is a deductible. A declared deductible is again a deductible. So any amount in excess of that only will be paid by the insurers. These are all the limitations under the policy. This principle of indemnity doesn't apply to life insurance policies, because life insurance policies are agreed value policies. They are all pre-valued. The policy clearly mentions about what the policy will pay in the event of a death or partial loss of limbs and all those things. They are pre-valued. That is not. It does. Principle of indemnity doesn't apply to life insurance policies. That's all for today. Thank you.
Hi everyone! Today's session concludes Principle of Indemnity. I hope it was of some use to you and you could learn something new today. In the next session, we are going to continue with the principles of insurance like subrogation. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye! If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to watch more of such videos, click the subscribe button. See you!